Is that Mr. or what do we call this? I can see Doha, are you there? Hi. So Martins, how are you? Okay, so we're live now. So once again, welcome to another exciting episode of our Bel by Church Facebook Live chat. On today's episode, we're opportunity to have an amazing woman. A woman where we call Yanos Betayan as regarding our sexual reproductive health. You don't see me say, me, I don't even ready for tomorrow movement. So I know say we don't hear the rumor since day, but now it don't come close to us because time on the clock and it's very, very close to us. So tomorrow we begin our move for the 10,000 men give Bele by Choice challenge. And I believe we are all ready for the move, right? Okay, so today we will be talking about STIs prevention and testing. I believe we are all prepared, like our minds are ready to share, ask questions, make contributions, and then don't forget, please, your questions are needed because I believe our farm is really prepared for us today because she was the first person to come into this call waiting for us. Can you imagine? So to tell you that she's really ready for us. So we all have to prepare our minds so that we will receive that yarn. Okay, so as we proceed, I want to take some minutes to say a very big thank you to our amazing and wonderful partners. We're saying a big thank you to AWDF, that is African Women Development Fund, Global Fund for Women, Women First Digital, DKT International Nigeria, Cross River State Ministry of Health, JFPA, Cross River State Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Women for Women Alliance. We're saying a very, very big thank you to you all because you've been so wonderful. Thank you for supporting Bele by Choice. Thank you for supporting Age Network. Age is operating Bele by Choice today, even up to today, because you are there as our supporters and as our partners. You are our backbone, and we are proud to have you as our backbone. Thank you so much. Okay, so now we have a very beautiful woman. Honestly, me, I want to be as pretty as well, ma. So in my next generation, I'll just tell God, prepare me. I want to be like from DK, right? So, and then I know, yes, in the creation, it's going to make another change. All right, so today we are having from Sally DK, is a pharmacist with over 3 years of experience in the healthcare industry. As a pharmacist, DK has a wealth of experience in both clinical and administrative roles. She holds a Bachelor of Pharmacy degree from the University of Lagos and has worked in a variety of settings, including hospitals and rental pharmacies. And over the course of her career, she has developed a deep understanding of medication therapy management, drug interactions. And patent care. She currently works at Midbury Medical Services. Fam, we are so happy to have you on the call today, ma'am. Thank you for honoring our invitation.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so just like we're discussing about, I was yearning notes about but I'm so sorry, we are seeing 2 days to go because we already have just few days to go now. Yeah, like few seconds to go rather. So I want to present to us our 10,000 men Give Belle by Choice, Not by Force challenge. Now, in this challenge, we intend to reach out to 10,000 men and more to end rape, child marriage, sexual intimate partner violence, and stigma against women and adolescent girls' rights to pregnancy by choice. So, for those of us who want to partner with us, you're a lover of advancing of women's health, and you want to join forces with African Girls Empowerment Network to advance the sexual and reproductive health and rights of women, please, the floor is open for you to join us. You can see, send us a message on our lines on the screen as 070-480-65450 or 070-480-65486. Okay, so or you can visit our social media platforms to follow us, like us, and also repost some of our works at the agenetwork.org. Okay, so the Belle by Choice program is powered by African Girls Empowerment Network, which we all know, yes. So, and basically this focuses on ending the violation of women's rights to their bodies. Yes. So every woman has the right to her body. She has the right to decide when to get pregnant, and then she shouldn't be judged over that or a decision that she has taken. So that is why we are connecting on this call today. Okay, so as we move forward from here to the discussion proper, I'll be calling on my colleague, my co-host. I believe Faith is ready, right?
Yes, good evening.
Yeah. Good evening. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Tina.
Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Sally. We're glad to have you again on our call. Yeah, just excited to have you once more on our call today.
Thank you.
So we'll be asking questions about sexually transmitted infections. But as well, when we are done with the questions we have set, we also have some questions to throw to the general house about the 10,000 men give Belle by choice and not by chance challenge. We have some questions to throw to general house for everyone to just pitch in and throw in their ideas, just to show your support towards our great campaign, which I believe would aid us more in all these discussions we keep having, because these discussions without the men will just end up in futility. So it's a very, very great initiative, and I definitely applaud the work of Belle by Choice and the African Girls Empowerment Network. You're doing amazing, and definitely Nigeria is grateful to have you. All right, fam.
Wow. We are
yes.
blushing.
That's
yes,
good.
we are blushing.
Yeah, thank you all so much. Thank you. For those who are on our live call now on Facebook, on YouTube, do well to drop your questions about either the topic we are discussing today or about the challenge. You can ask questions on how to be a part of it. If you can be there live on ground to go about the movement, we also appreciate that. All right, now, fam, over to you. Our first question for you tonight is, how can young women and girls prevent themselves from sexually transmitted infections? How can we protect ourselves from sexually transmitted infections?
Okay. Once again, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here again. Yes, I'm excited too. Okay, yes. Back to the question. So, for young women to effectively prevent themselves from sexually transmitted infections, they have to have a fair understanding first on how these sexually transmitted infections get transmitted between people. So, sexually transmitted infections can be transmitted by vaginal sex, anal sex, and oral sex. A lot of people don't know that sexually transmitted infections can actually be passed through oral sex. Everybody knows vaginal and anal sex, but very few people know that these infections can actually be transmitted via the oral route. Okay. It can also be transmitted via skin to skin, but probably later on we'll come to that. So the first and surest way to prevent sexually transmitted infections is abstinence. You know, no sex. But then I know that that might not work for a lot of people, and for people that are already sexually active, they need to know how to protect themselves going forward. So one, it will be knowing your partner. It's always advisable for people to make sure that they have their partners tested and they're also tested for sexually transmitted infections before they, get sexually active with anybody. Also, using of latex condoms, because there are different kind of condoms. There are condoms that are non-latex. So most people opt for this option because non-latex condoms actually provide more satisfaction than latex condoms, but they are not safe. They only prevent pregnancy. They don't prevent sexually transmitted infections. So they are more useful for married people that just want to prevent pregnancy, maybe family planning. So using of latex condoms will help. Then for oral sex, they have flavored condoms now that actually good and edible that people can use for oral sex. For men, there's something they call dental dams. That's for oral sex, for a man giving a woman oral sex. So that will prevent the direct contact between the man's mouth and the woman's genitals. So also, there are some viral sexual infections that vaccines are actually available for these infections. For example, we have vaccines for HPV, that's human papillomavirus, and also vaccines for hepatitis B. Once people take these vaccines, they have a lower risk to contacting these infections. So.
Thank you so much. I think I think I was kind of in shock. So they have developed condoms for oral sex. Now that's my first time ever hearing that. Thank you so much for bringing that perspective. I think this will be our third time discussing this topic, and each time we have received this topic in a new way. I'm so excited with the idea you bring to it, because I feel like currently young girls that are not really educated in ways of sex, but desire to have it, or maybe those that do it for money, they tend to be forced to have this oral sex something, and they really don't know how to protect themselves. They feel like, okay, since it's not vaginal sex, they are safe, or it's just when they are done, they go and spit out or stuff like that. But it has more implications, and I'm excited that someone is good enough to actually bring that perspective to this discussion. That's amazing. So I would like to reiterate what you said, knowing your partner. So I'm sure everyone is hearing what our pharmacist is saying. Know your partner. Please don't just go and see anybody anywhere and just decide to have sex with them. Great. Thank you so much for that. Now I'm going to go to our next question.
Okay.
Our next question for today is, how can men and women reduce the risk of getting sexually transmitted infections? Now, we're including men, noting the fact that they're starting a challenge for both men and women. So I think your advice should be to both sides, whether a general one or then for the men and for the women. How can men and women prevent sexually transmitted infections rather?
Okay, so it's basically the same thing for both men and women, because the same thing boils out to men. Knowing your partner, using condoms, they're actually the same thing, because the men contact the same sexual interest transmitted infection the same way women contact it. So it's possibly the same thing. Reiterating my points, that the points that I stated earlier: knowing your partners, ensuring that you use a condom, taking vaccines. Most of these vaccines are even given to babies when they were young. I think the people that might be at risk are people that were born before 1991. But I know after 1991, these things have been, it has been enforced and implemented that most babies receive these vaccines. So also, something I didn't add earlier is most times it's very dangerous to mix things like alcohol during sex now, because if when you're sober and you have sex, you can control what you do. But when you're a drunk or tipsy, it's there's a very high possibility for one to be careless and do the things that you wouldn't do on a norm during that when you are in that state. So making sure that you are sober. I mean, you don't take alcohol when you know at periods when you know you might have sex, because you might let loose and have unprotected sex, which might actually lead to STIs. So I hope I've answered your questions.
Yes, you have. I think a follow up to this, quick follow up. So you said
Okay.
there are vaccines now that are being given to people for that. What
Yes.
kind of vaccines are given to them? And if someone was not opportune to take it as a baby, as you explained, is there
Yes.
opportunity of taking it now that they are grown? And what process can a person take to have that?
Okay. Before I answer this question, STIs majorly we have the bacterial STIs and the viral STIs. I mean, the STIs are caused by viruses. So those are the major ones that we have vaccines for. The STIs that are caused by bacterials can actually be treated easily, but the STIs caused by viruses are not. Most of them you can't. They're not curable. So you can only manage the symptoms over time. So the examples of this, we have human papillomavirus. It's a viral STI. We have hepatitis B, and they are very common STIs. So for people, those are the major ones. For the human papillomavirus, they have vaccines that help to prevent some particular strains, and those strains of HPV that we have vaccines for are HPV that can eventually lead to cancer if one contacts them and it's not being managed properly. Now, for how one can get it, if one did not receive this vaccine as a baby, yes, you can take it as an adult, and it would also, there's no issues at all, you can take it as an adult. So most times you get these vaccines in general hospitals. I know most times they are free. There are times they even go to university, secondary schools, and give students for free. But for someone that didn't have the opportunity, one can just walk into a health center, if federal health center or state health center, and a government owned a health facility, and make inquiries concerning that.
Amazing, amazing. We are getting a wealth of information on this channel, and I'm so excited. I never knew something like that existed, but you have been giving me back-to-back fresh knowledge, and I'm sure I'm not the only person that's just hearing this for the first time. So it's amazing. Okay, so I actually know that the HPV was to prevent sexually transmitted diseases. I just felt it was one of the vaccines given basically to baby just because their parents may have contracted. I didn't know that adults can also take it. So thank you so
Yes,
much for that information.
you're
All right, now our
welcome.
next question is, can STIs impact fertility or cause complications during pregnancy? If yes, how? If no, how?
Okay, yes, STI is actually a very one of the major reasons. Well, let me not say, since I don't have my facts right, but they're actually they actually can actually cause fertility and a lot of infertility rather, and a lot of people are suffering from this. Now, the bad thing about most STIs is that they are asymptomatic. So that means they do not, most some of them do not have symptoms. So you don't know, at least if you contact an illness and you have some sort of symptoms, maybe discharge or thereabout, you will know well to visit a hospital or see a doctor. But most of these STIs, some of them are not symptomatic. So most people do not know, and they live with these things, and the STIs build up and affects them in negative ways. Now, in men, it affects both men and women. What these STIs do is, and the major bacterium STIs that are known for this, we have chlamydia and gonorrhea. Other STIs can lead to infertility, but these two are well known to cause infertility. They actually scar the reproductive tracts. Now, in women, it can lead to a condition called PID, pelvic inflammatory disease. So it affects the uterus, it actually affects the ovaries, the fallopian tubes, and all. So once someone has this STI and it goes for a long time untreated, it gets worse, causes more complications by scarring the reproductive system, which will and definitely which will eventually lead to infertility. Now, for that is why it's actually very important to go for checks. You don't have to feel weird. You don't have to have any symptoms to go for checks. There are tests that you should do annually or biannually. If you can't do biannually, you can do annually. We have the pap smear tests for women. We have the HVS, high vagina swab. Also, men too can also go for urethral swab. There are all these tests. When if you visit a diagnostic center or a lab, they would even advise you more on other tests you can carry out to ensure that you're good. Then for it actually causes complications in pregnancies as well. It can lead to miscarriages. There are some STIs that lead to early miscarriages. There are also STIs that lead to preterm labor before time. STIs that lead to stillbirths. That's when a woman gives birth to a child and the child is dead already. It can also, there are some STIs that can also be passed to the children. It can lead to blindness in these children. So many defects, which it's appalling. So that's it.
Wow, thank you so much for that as well. Thank you so much for that.
You're welcome.
The idea now, you also, I love the fact that you went ahead to explain the kind of test we can take to ensure that we don't have that kind of issue, or rather we don't stay until these infections become a problem to our fertility. But now there's a question that I would call a follow-up to this question, and that is, if someone suspects that they might have STIs and they're too embarrassed to get tested, what do I do? What do I do if I suspect that I might have an STI, but I am too embarrassed to go and get tested? What do I do?
Okay, so unfortunately, there's no shortcut to this. You need to see a healthcare professional, a doctor, probably most advisably a doctor. Now, doctors are professionals and they are trained for this, so no one will look down on you, no one will criticize or discriminate you. If you want to see a doctor, you definitely get the right advice, and the doctor will not discriminate you. So if you feel I advise you see a doctor to advise you on what to do and what tests to do. So also, please, you shouldn't always wait till you have any symptoms. It's always good to do these checks at least once a year. If you can't do twice a year, you should do once a year.
Amazing, amazing. So not necessarily have to wait until we feel like it or have symptoms, but at least we should have a yearly check. Awesome. That's a very good one. They're used to malaria tests and blood work, or we're not really used to tests when it comes to our reproductive system. This is amazing. Thank you so much for that. Okay, now our next question is this. What are the specific STIs that women and girls should be most aware of?
Okay, so we have gonorrhea, chlamydia, gonorrhea. These are very common STIs, very common, and they might come without symptoms. So chlamydia, if a woman has chlamydia and you don't have, you're not aware, and it goes on treated for a very long time, it can be transferred to the baby. Like, it can lead to blindness. That's one common effect of chlamydia on babies, especially if the woman gives birth through vaginal birth. The baby can lead to blindness. It can lead to eye infection, pneumonia, chronic liver disease. So it's paramount we should be aware of this. So chlamydia, gonorrhea, HIV, well, everyone. I mean, there's a lot of publicity around HIV, so I wouldn't go too much into that. We have HIV, human papillomavirus, hepatitis B, and syphilis. Now, human papillomavirus, HIV, hepatitis B are viral infections, so they do not have cure. You can only manage them for a long period of time. You can manage them. I mean, you can, if you take your drugs, your viral load, person's viral load could be low and you live a normal and healthy life. But if they go untreated, human papillomavirus can lead to cancer in the long run. Hepatitis B would inflame the liver, and which will eventually cause death, because once the liver is not functioning, I mean, a human being cannot function properly. So those are the major ones. So I'll just go over them again: gonorrhea, syphilis, chlamydia, HIV, human papillomavirus, and hepatitis B. There are others, but these are the major ones that are common.
All right, all right, all right. Thank you so much. These are common names. I'm sure that young girls hear of these names and then they are like, oh my God. So
Yes.
it's good that you have mentioned it here again. All right, so that is that for our questions about the STIs. Now I have a question for you. It's our time for questions and comments. Whoever has questions or comments should please drop it in our drop it on the chat and take your question. But before I let you go, I want to ask a question. Now we are having a 10,000 man give Bele by choice campaign. How successful, in your opinion, do you think that would be, and why do you think this challenge do you think is necessary, and if so, why?
Okay, so the question: 10,000 men give Bele by choice,
By
right?
choice, yes. They're trying to
Okay.
get men involved now.
Yes.
And I would like to know, from the standpoint of a health care worker or healthcare practitioner,
Yes.
do you see this as a feasible idea? What do you think would be the benefits that will come out of it if it works?
Okay. So I think it's an excellent idea. I think it's a very good one, because the men actually have to be involved in this. We have to sensitize them. It's very important, because Bele by Choice, I believe it's the program that tries to kick against women getting pregnant when they don't want to, like unwanted pregnancies. So men should be aware. I've practiced in a community pharmacy. Okay, sorry, can I keep going? Hello, can I keep going?
Yes, ma'am. Go on.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
please. Yes, please.
Okay. So I've practiced in a community pharmacy, and most times when people have unprotected sex, most times, the men are older than the women, and the women are shy. They don't even know what to do about contraception, options of contraceptions. And the men are the ones that, okay, come to the pharmacy. Most of them are not even knowledgeable about what to do. They come, and some of them ask for ampiclox, some of them ask for different antibiotics, things that eventually will not even help the situation. So if this information is disseminated to men, and they know the right things to do to prevent unwanted pregnancy, I think it will go a long way. Actually, I think it will go a long way.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that contribution. Thank you so much for showing your love and support towards our work by showing up for our meetings, and as well for what you just said. We are really grateful for that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yes. I last time I told you we look forward to seeing you again, and boom, you came back again, and we
I'm
gave
glad.
us
I'm happy
hot
to be
points
here.
and added a whole lot of information. Like, I really got a lot. I am grateful for that, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that appreciates that. Thank you so much for
You're
that.
welcome. You're welcome.
Tina, do you have any
Yes,
other
yes,
questions for her?
yes, I do.
Okay.
All right.
All right, just a quick one. I think we can see a question on the chat. I don't know if you've asked that already.
Okay, let me check.
All right, so let me just read out.
Okay.
Permit me, I'm going back to our native dialect, our pidgin language. The person say, is it advisable to use local app treat STI, or do you think say you think say the herbs dey wey they fit use to prevent this treatment, this disease? And now I will read in the English that she has written. The woman say, is it advisable to use local herbs to treat STIs, or do you think there are herbs that can be used to prevent and to treat STIs? That's the question, ma'am.
Okay. Yes. So, I wouldn't advise using of local herbs. Undoubtedly, local herbs. You have local herbs that work against bacteria, but the thing is, medications are, you already know the dose, the right dose you're supposed to take, and how the duration you're supposed to take. But
Yes.
local herbs, you don't know the duration you're supposed to take, you don't know the dose. So
Mm.
how do you prevent overdosing or underdosing? So there's already been, for the normal conventional drugs, there's already been clinical trials on these drugs, and you know, okay, these drugs, this dose would work for to cure, I mean, to cure this particular ailment, and you can use it for this duration of time to achieve the best result. But with local herbs, that's not so, you can't ascertain the best results using those. So I would advise against it.
Thank you so much for that. I
You're
think I also
welcome.
have a question. During the
Okay.
field work, yeah, during our field work at Calabar a week ago, we
Okay.
were interacting with some of the women, and then a woman said, "Do you even know that you that is coming to tell us, say maybe they use condom? Say you they use them." I had to say, yes, I do. I say, yes, I do. And you know what? The woman turned and told another person, now lie, she need to use them. Because even the oil where for the body for the condom self, they cause infection for person body. Now I want to ask, the lubricant itself, does it have side effect on this women's vagina? Or I don't know. Maybe you could throw light on that, because me, I was at some point I was like, oh, wait, I want to tell this woman self. How I want put that, make she understand, or how do I present this to other people? Take it. So I want to learn from you now.
Okay, yes. So
Yeah.
the lubricants, okay, condoms are medical products, so they actually undergo different testing, and they're approved. So definitely they won't be approved if the lubricants or any part of the condom that interacts with the human body is unsafe. So
Mm.
basically, the lubricants and the condoms itself are unsafe. I know some people have allergic reactions to latex. That's the condom that I advise that one should use to prevent STIs. Some people claim to react to the latex itself, but many
Mm.
cases I've seen, when people come and say, oh, I reacted to these condoms, and I give them another brand that is also latex condoms, they find it
Mm.
better. So I think finding the brand that works for you matters, because even though it's the same latex, the same product, different manufacturing processes differ. So those condoms are safe, very safe. Lubricants are safe, and the lubricants will not in any way give you any form of infection. So
Wow, that's great. Thank you so much. I think you've cleared some of the doubts
you're
now.
welcome. Oh, I can see
Yeah.
a
So
question here. Can someone
yeah.
get UTI? Okay, I'll let you read that.
All right. Okay, so before we take the other message from the chat, I also have let me say I just needed a clarity from what during the discussion you talked about knowing your partner and taking vaccines. So I want to know, what kind of vaccines do you think can be taken? You said you made mention of some vaccines given to babies and that can be taken for treatment or something. So I just need clarity on that.
Okay, yeah. So I mentioned vaccines for HPV, human papillomavirus,
HPV.
yes, and
Okay.
hepatitis B. They are viral infections and viral sexually transmitted infections, and they are viral there are vaccines available for them.
Mm. Wow. Okay. That's
Yeah,
great. Thank you so much.
you're
Okay, I think I'm
welcome.
cleared on that now. And let's take the question from the chat. My woman say, can someone get uterine uh, urinary infection during
Let,
sex?
let me take the question for her.
Okay, okay.
So I'm sure Sally understands the question already. Can
Yes,
someone get uterine infection? We know that there's vaginal infection already, but now
yes.
can someone contract
The
uterine
English,
infection
the
during sex?
English was too big for me.
Yes, yes. Yes, it's possible. Yes, it's actually possible for someone to get uterine
Okay.
infection during sex, because the process that sex involves you friction actually, during sexual activities, it's possible for bacteria to be pushed towards the urethra rather. It's very possible for bacteria to be pushed during the urethra. So people that, if your sexual partner has a uterine infection, it's very possible to contact it from them.
Okay, thank you so much. I don't know. I think I just need a clarity on another question. I think I came across a woman talking about human papillomavirus, just like you mentioned earlier. And I want to know, are they do they have any linkage between the both? Does the both has linkage, like human papillomavirus and the STIs? Does it have a linkage or something?
Yes, human papillomavirus is an STI. So STI is the umbrella term for all the other diseases. Human papillomavirus is a type of STI.
Okay.
Yes.
It's fine. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay, so Faith, do you have any other thing to say? Any question again?
No, I think she has answered all my questions. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Right now, me, I don't even get question again to ask.
As in, yes, she answered them very, very detailed. So
Honestly,
I don't have any questions again. Thank you so much.
I don't tell Una from beginning say she don't come prepare.
Yes,
so,
and we gave her
she been come prepare. You know, say now she been open room for us.
And we asked her question well. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much, Fam Sally, for that wonderful. Let's say your teaching. Let's just say the discussion was informative, and then I've learned so many new things. Yes, I've learned a lot. I don't know. I believe women out there who don't learn, and we don't hear say make you find better partner. Make your know your partner well, and then the condom where you want use, the branding make you find the better one wey suit your body before you wear them. Like, you know wetin na the English wey we dey talk before say if your man won't do anything, tell us make you do it, make you wear cap. So now we just dey remind us again say that cap dey important too, because STI no dey look face. You know they say this one dey bone, make I no come inside. You know dey bone. So as we dey so, maybe just prepare ourselves well. And then even as they listen, you get question where you want to ask, even though they related to it, we discuss it, but as regarding your sexual reproductive health, we get experts where if you talk to, where if you yarn with, we go give you all the answers where you need. You see people like Dr. Sally where they for this call today, and many of them. So if you reach out to one of our hotlines where they for the screen for, I will call the number for us now, 070-480-56450. I will call them again, 070-480-56450, or you call 070-480-65486. All these numbers where we just call and numbers where we say if you reach, even for WhatsApp or for night, so if you drop message for us back out, you go get your answer, you go get quick response. That thing where they pay you for body, answers there for you already. So why you they waste your time? Why you go they run around, they worry yourself, waiting the day, waiting they worry me, waiting they do me now. So even if they get menstrual cramps, so we say you know if you understand, body changes. So when you see that body change, you need person where we talk to you. You see, if you go meet some people when no sabi give better drugs. I don't go village, as I go, person headache where they worry am, they go give am Panadol, they give another drugs like that. They say na painkiller. They can't buy 5 drugs together, give person for only headache. Now so we they take us problem for ourselves. Meet the right person where gets better information, where will give you better drugs, where go fit the sickness, where go help you cure that sickness with or that body where they pay you. Maybe say they look for headache medicine, you go can't give you flagyl for belly. I beg maybe no try and move. Okay, so are you a woman with an unmet sexual reproductive health needs? You can also WhatsApp us on the early chat bot you can see on the screen with the number +1 833 221 2559, or you call our Honey and Banana Collect. This number na free, go call them. You know, free pay. You don't even need to pay any chicken money. I just call the number. Sharp. You get your answer instantly. So without your call card, they go, even though you don't get card for phone, just call the number 7790. You go get the quick answer when you need. So our women, where they for Cross River State, where get some of these problems, so we say you want to discuss with health personnel. We get people where you feel reach out to, where they to you for Calabar there. We get for Calabar Municipal, go see them for screen there. General Hospital Calabar, if we go visit them there. PAC for you got Omini, they did plenty. Boki local government, they did there. Ibiase local government, Akpabu your local government. We get for Obanike local government. We get for Odupani. We get for Yako. We get for Ogoja. We get for Yala. We get for Abi, Bekwara, Bakasi. Name them. All of them, they're available for you. Calabar South Safety Day. Account Day. So make we not waste our time or reach these people. Even get their numbers for the screen if we reach out to any of them. Now, even for those of us waiting for Lagos here, no worry about anything. We get youth-friendly centers for where we give you all your sexual reproductive health needs free of charge. Now, just to call them, tell them your problem, they will meet you at the point of your needs. Yes, that's so with the role. So we don't display them for the screen. So make you just, if you not free type and fast, if you screenshot this one so that you will reach out to any of these numbers so that it will help you tomorrow. Even though person where they close to you, your neighbors, they there, where get some of these issues, where you two feel share with them. You say, I believe my choice there, we will give you all the answers where you need. And maybe not forget tomorrow another parole for road, for our streets. We go rock and tomorrow. Men, you must support us. Now our right to choose when we want to carry belly. And our right, may you support us to as our man them. When you know go sit down one place, go say, go do your thing by yourself. Tomorrow when something happen, I go say, I know they I not been telling making go drama. So you have to support because your advice now is what we need to make the right and informed decision. That is what we are aiming. So we want men, our women, boys, children, girls, our call now. No, make you join the movement, enter streets tomorrow. Talk to one or two people, tell them, say, Bella by choice don't bring better news. Say, may support us. Now we also get some of this. We have call for volunteers. If you want to volunteer as a female doctor or a nurse or even a doctor, either man or you want volunteer for Bella by choice to be one of our Bella by choice party team. I beg, email us for operations@agenetwork.org, or you go reach us for this our hotlines where they for screen. So I beg, maybe don't forget, say, women, we dey important. Our health, now our rights, now our pride. If you know they healthy, I beg, you know they exist. Nobody go notice you. But when you dey healthy, person go notice you. If you don't die today, nobody go ask you tomorrow, say, how you take die? What thing happened to you? Then they go, maybe you don't go now. Nah, rest in peace, they go write for us. I beg, maybe we take care of ourselves. As we don't they hear and so STI they close. So as in, even they knock for door before you come. We go say, make I check waiting there before I open door. This one, they look as you open them, as the man enter, and so you go. So don't forget. Keep yourself secured and safe. See, we meet again same time next week. And please, we are still expecting all of you to join the streets tomorrow for this call. 10,000 men. Give Belle by choice, not by. Shey we are not there for there. I beg we yarn together now.
We there.
10,000 men. Give Belle by
choice. Yes.
10,000 men give the leg by
Chance.
4. All right, so maybe meet again. Bye-bye, everybody.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, bye, Ma. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I hope we'll have you some other time joining us again on the call. And I believe you can also post on your social media as regarding the event of tomorrow, starting tomorrow. And we believe we are going to make the change together. Yes.
Yes.
Together we can make this change. So we have we don't have to be
Definitely.
reluctant. It is our campaign. So we have to do it. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much,
You're
everyone, for joining
welcome.
the call. Yeah, we really appreciate your time, Ma. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, enjoy the rest of the week.
You too.
Bye.
Everyone.